Whoa, that iconic sound, but it's pretty loud. And I need to switch to this layout, I believe. And yeah, let's adjust this in the volume mixer. I think my audio settings are messed up since I'm using earbuds rather than headphones today. Since my headphone cable is all messed up and I'm waiting for the replacement in the mail. Okay, that, still slightly loud. So I'm gonna turn it down to like here-ish. That's probably pretty good, right? So we did a lot of grinding last time. We were playing Pokemon Scarlet alongside grinding in this. In fact, since we just did the Walking Wake event there, I could have done even more grinding in this while doing that, to be fair. But I don't think it's necessary at this point. You'll see that I've updated the layout over here. So, you know, there's Ether and Ixel that, you know, we've just had the same since the beginning of the game. You can see that Entei that ended up getting named Dave last time I gave a proper title card to. And I've given proper names to Suicune and Thoron. No longer do we need to look at that gross Velociraptor Suicune that we just caught in Pokemon Scarlet a second ago. Now we can look at the Ranger art of Suicune over here. And we can't actually name Entei yet, but I was like, Raikou yet, but I was like, hey, let's come up with a name for now. You're almost there, so we may as well. Why can't I back out? Do I have to exit? Oh, looking at my inputs down there, they're frozen. My buttons aren't working. I'm gonna unplug my controller and plug it back in again. Cause yeah, that's weird. So anyway, Dave got named Dave by Mythic, if I recall there. Azure, I was like, okay, that sounds kind of cool there and fitting for a Suicune. I almost said Walking Wake. I was like, what's the name again? And then Raikou, I was like, oh, let's do a Fire Emblem reference. And the font that I did it in is the font for Fire Emblem Fates, which, as I found out recently when I was making that Linden thumbnail for that guide there, seems to be the same type of font that's used in the text for the stats and stuff that's shown in damage calculations in Engage as well, interestingly enough. It's called like Font Chiaro or something strange like that is the name of the font. And then I was just like, oh, for the Desert Dragon, let's do that. I was like, that's pretty cool. So if I recall what we need to do, I think we go to the big tower place there. So this is just where the name raider was at. So that's why I'm here, is the case. But yeah, is this what good Pokemon looks like in 2023? Maybe. So there's that. Fun fact, when you started playing Persona 5 Royal, you chose hard mode. This was a mistake. Would you have preferred Merciless like I did there? Remind to folks that there's not much time left to buy Genius Sonority's 3DS eShop exclusive RPG, the Denpa Men Trilogy. I haven't actually heard of that before myself. But I guess same company that made this game then. Yeah, the eShop is getting closed down here soon, isn't it? But yeah, hello Prisma Wyvern. Hope things are going well today. Are we getting a scene again? Is it because I completely reloaded after we lost to Mirror B the last time? So, Mirror B is gonna send out Ludicolo's. So what would be the best to send out here? Like, yes, probably. Also, wait. Do you have all your moves unlocked? Yeah, you have Thunder there. I think it'll just be normal effectiveness, though. And then maybe this? I don't know. You would resist their water-type moves. Oh, but you'd also, you know, be weak to their, oh, you could always use Aurora Beam, but you'd be weak to their grass-type moves. I don't know. I got kind of wrecked by Mirror B last time, but this time is gonna be different. This time is gonna be a smidge different, so I know you're over here. We've really grinded up since last time with all that wackiness that we did over in Scarlet. Ha! You've kept me waiting, hanging around, huh? You ruined things in Pyrite for us. But, you know, we're not about to lose over and over to you. This time I'll win. And I mean it this time. Let the music play! Oh, never mind that. We'll battle right away. So yeah, I don't have the Mirror B theme this time. What, the building looks like a light bulb or Mirror B looks like a light bulb? Alright. Alright then. Oh, it's Loudred and Ludicolo that you lead with here. So not just completely Ludicolo's. Also, I'm gonna adjust the audio and OBS a little bit further to make sure that I stay, you know, clearly louder than the game. All that there. Alright, let's... Are my inputs working? Oh, because I clicked on OBS. I was so confused. I was like, why is this not doing anything? I don't know, man. The Ludicolo's could potentially be harmful, so I'm just gonna go after them first. Alright, I'm glad it's not missing. Zippity zap, nice. Yeah, now our legendary Pokemon can hit a whole lot harder. What was the last time we streamed this game anyway? Like, because I've been busy with things. It's been a while. Was it before all this? I know that it was before the Pokemon Presents. And the Pokemon Presents was at the end of February. And this was towards end of February that this bazillion things came out. Just in case, for anyone tuning into the Colosseum, oh my goodness gracious, Colosseum series over on YouTube and doesn't know what's going on here. This is the collection edition for Octopath 2 that I have laid out that has just stayed here for a good while because I don't know where else to put it. I don't really have space for these things. Is the case. It's too good an opportunity, I can't pass it up. This is like the 3 games that came out at basically the same time. Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, Metroid Prime Remastered, and Octopath 2. And Octopath 2 I was insanely hyped for, and I barely had the chance to play it because of how much other stuff is going on around here. We should get Colosseum finished off tonight at least, but crazy how much stuff is going on. You know, no space, but you can't say no to buying it. Yeah, that was the way that it went. One day I'll find space for. Gosh dang it! There's these little figures there, or maybe I'll just put them back in the box and put the box in storage. Oh no! No! Darn you. Anyway, out of those 3, we now have Metroid Prime beaten. You know, that one's done at least for the 2nd time on the channel. We originally did it on Dolphin as well, similar to this game right here. Just have the epilogue to do in Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe, and Octopath Traveler 2 I've barely even started yet. Which is honestly kind of sad days. Well, crap, man. Let's give this a go. Let's just send out these 2, how about? And then first and foremost be going after Loudred. Like, we've got this time. This time we've got this. I have no doubt. There goes Loudred. You're only gonna have 2 Pokemon left. I have 5 of mine. You know, we good here. There's no way you make the comeback. Opinion on the sand ability? What? Oh, from Kirby. I was like, what the heck is the sand ability? I know there's Sand Stream. I didn't realize there was a Pokemon ability just called Sand. It's pretty neat, but you know, I'm not in-depth enough Kirby player to, you know, learn all of the combos and stuff you can do with it and learn how truly busted it is, you know, is the case. But it does seem pretty darn strong. I mean, the fact that, you know, even shielding gives you true invincibility. You can even look at something like that and it's like, wow, that was insane. And it had an insane number of combos, and it's like, yeah, that seems pretty strong. But, you know, I'm not gonna learn it as deep as learning a new character in Smash or anything like that. But, it's like 5 abilities in 1, oh geez. Well, that's a whole lot that you can do with set. Hey, nice! Slashing more than prices out here. Oh, Anna from Engage. Alright, let's see here. I would send you in, but like... Hold on, let's see normal Suicune. I'm kind of tired of seeing Walking Wake now after we just did Scarlet. Let's see normal Suicune. That'll be easier on the eyes. You know, is what we can do here. Yeah, that silly rain dish there. So I should probably Aurora Beam, right? Well, I should probably do here if this doesn't take you out. Nom! Alright, the critical hit. We got the crit. Like it's grab, it goes sand grab, sand burial. You just bury them in the sand. That's pretty drastic. Finally, good Suicune, not the lore-breaking monster. gonna treat this like Gordon Ramsay in that one episode of Kitchen Nightmares. Finally, delicious. Some good fucking food. Is what we're you know, I actually put that audio clip in the Scarlet and Violet video essay earlier today. That Gordon Ramsay one there. I put it in context of use a hyper potion in the context of Koraidon eating a sandwich. So that very voice line I was literally using earlier today. So, you know, there's that. Because yeah, I've said it before, but whenever I'm editing one of my video essays, if I just think about something that seems silly, I don't give it a second thought. I just make it. I just include it in the video essay, like right on the spot. And I certainly did that a couple times earlier today when I was editing the story chapter. So, you know, there's a couple silly things in there. I'm an awesome dancer, but I can't win in battles. There might also be a little bit of Monty Python in there because of that. Of, run away! Run away! So, there's that. I made sure to keep it, like, semi-silent, so you just kind of hear it in the background, and it's like, wait, is that Monty Python? No, this just won't do. But I'll admit you've beaten me thoroughly. Okay, since I'm done, I'll give you this. Here. The red ID badge! Oh wow, I feel like I'm playing Metal Gear 2 again. Think of that as a little gift from our great leader, Nazcawa. Don't leave without it, because you'll get nowhere. You need your racing car if you hope to stand up to Nazcawa. But, you know, maybe it'd be for your own good if you didn't go on. Oh. See ya. Kind of Naruto run away. Oh. So, yeah, I need to go heal, so I'll do that. But yeah, walking wake is indeed a paradox, should not exist. You know, I was almost tempted to replace the Suicune art here with walking wake, just to piss people off, you know? But eventually I was like, you know how sometimes a content creator might unleash like some really crazy political opinions or something like that, and then lose a lot of their fan base, get canceled or whatever the heck. That would be my cancellation of it. I don't want that to happen, you know? So I decided not to do it. Where's the most convenient place to just heal? I guess here, maybe, because I could just go in the door and heal, is the case. So, you know, I didn't want to put one foot in the grave as a content creator by ticking everyone off by putting on. Obviously, this is an exaggeration for comedic effect, and it wouldn't have that kind of effect there. But you know, still, I was like, yeah, let's not actually. I was thinking about it though. I was giving it some thought. I didn't even heal. Oh, and if I go here, that I can't even use a normal heal thing. I need to use the stupid box method. Oh crap, man. Well, oh, I guess I can just select deposit. Did I just... Gosh dang it, man. You didn't participate in that battle. Gosh dang it. Well, whatever. Withdraw. Yeah, let's see here. Sand block is a leaf attack. From block, high jump charge attack is whip down attack is hammer. A whole bunch of stuff that I just imagine is pretty strong. Didn't work out your types. Overall, it went all out for the new abilities in Kirby. This is a good remaster for a Kirby fan that knows the old things. Nice. That was good then. That makes me more and more pissed off whenever there's good remasters under Nintendo's name that I wish Skyward Sword HD could have been, but unfortunately it wasn't. Makes me big sad. Is that the Guardian Signs art of Raikou? It's the Guardian Signs art of all three of the legendary dogs, yes. For the sake of consistency among the three and it being good art. I mean, maybe I'll change up my squad depending on who I see coming out here. Type it like a line for each, but Twitch doesn't work. Yeah, I unfortunately can't quite use Twitch like that. You can't chant the forbidden magics on this platform. Yeah, they don't allow it. It's like muttering the name of Voldemort. You just shouldn't. You'll get shunned for it. But yeah, Guardian Signs best ranger game, fight you. I've never played it myself. I will eventually, one day on this channel, when I get through like the crazy mental list of games that I want to play around here one day. Okay, well, if I don't know who's gonna be up there, maybe I'll just like do something like this. Maybe. Just in case there's a random battle, because I don't really know what I'm doing here. Oh, hi, it's you again. I mean, what kind of Pokemon were you using? You used Entei. Does that mean you have other fire types? I don't remember what your team looked like. Honestly, I mean, it's probably fine, right? Your luck ran out when you showed up before me. Your stab at adventure's gone on long enough. So wait, why was he to the right and then up one instead of just to the right? Like, what's with the extra step? Just for a sense of mystery and variety or something? Like, I'm confused. Claydol and Whiscash, huh? Well, this is not... Well, you know, Ixel should be fine. Raikou maybe not the best though. Is who doesn't like ranges, because the ranger style gameplay is definitely not for everyone. Because to draw most signs from memory, I guess they had special signs that you had to draw on that. I mean, I played the first one. I don't know if I ever beat it. I definitely beat Shadows of Almia. I remember that there was stuff with Darkrai, but I don't remember much about it. I don't know, man. And then maybe something like this might be semi-safe. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, send out the easier on the eyes Suicune here. That's what we can do while we do a smidge of damage to Whiscash. Oh man, I can't even 2-round you? Oh, maybe I can. Like Shadows of Almia, the most you don't remember the other 2 games. Only reason why I remember a smidge of the first one is because in the earlier days of this channel, I used to have a beat during 24-hour charity streams that, oh, I guess I can just do another shot from here now. That people could request games from me that I do for like 1-hour time slots throughout like the full 24 hours. Well, I do like, typically I do like 12 hours of stuff that's set in scone. That's set in scone. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. And then the second 12 hours is stuff that people could request. And I once had it be, and you could request pretty much any game that I had access to playing for the most part. Sometimes I would lay out a whole bunch of options. I think that was one where I laid out a bunch of options. And Pokemon Ranger got queued up. So technically, you can find 1 hour of Pokemon Ranger 1 on this channel. Just part 1 and part 2 of a series. If I ever do it, I'll like start from the beginning again, because it's been years now at this point. So yeah, you can find like 1 hour of Pokemon Ranger. I think you can find 2 hours of Pokepark. Like, games that I'll do properly one day. And super effective. I barely did anything. Is it weakened with the sunlight? Is that how it works, maybe? Just to be on the safe side of things, maybe. No, well. But yeah, draw signs to summon legendary Pokemon and also regular ones too, and you can ride some of them, huh? Interesting. Somebody did game requests and got you into an entire franchise, so did Guzman. Yeah, last time that I opened up gamer, you know, so early days of the channel, we did like very open game requests there, where it's like, it was still, you know, a donation-based thing for the charity events, but that was for charity there. And then I had like some time in the schedule one year. I think that was what, May 2020, that we did Mad Lad May, where I was like, man, there are some crazy Mad Lads around here that have been very financially generous. So how about every person that has given, you know, 10k bits or more gets like a full-on game request where I'll do like a full playthrough for them. And that's what happened. And we ended up doing Dark Souls for Mortis, and which spurred on into us doing Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, and we'll do the DLC later. And now I own Sekiro, and we might do that one day when the game schedule opens up a bit. Guzma had me play Tales of Vesperia, which got me to then play Tales of Arise later, and now we're playing Tales Symphonia, and my goodness gracious. So yeah, there's that. Hello, Clock Pit. I don't think there's gonna be any shadow Pokemon here, is there? I guess I'll Psybeam the Fortress there. Sunlight Weekend Surf. That kind of sucks to suck there. I have a physical copy of Almia, and you're emulating Guardian Signs. I used to have physical copies of a couple of them, but little kid me sold games when I was done with them a lot of the time, so I don't have them anymore. It makes me big sad. Oh, I'm alive! Because when you know quality games. To be fair, Tales of Vesperia I had some decent stress with, and I, you know, I am very glad that I did I did that full playthrough. It was one of those games that, you know, maybe I didn't fully enjoy the game itself, but it was really fascinating to see, like, the influence that it would have had on related games going into the future. It was kind of like playing Super Metroid on the channel, where it's like, this 1994 game by modern standards doesn't hold up as like a perfect game nowadays, and there was some stress to be had with it. But, you know, it was still kind of neat, and, you know, it's cool to say I have that experience under my belt, and I've, like, diversified the things I've played. Another example of that is the retro Metal Gear games that we did on the channel last year. Like, those were kind of stressful and convoluted and crazy, but now I can say that I played, like, the first 3 retro Metal Gear games. Now we're set up perfectly to start Metal Gear Solid sometime this year, you know? So I may as well do this here. Gosh dang you! Darn it, man! Tales of Vesperia was kind of one of those games for me, where there were definitely some things I really liked about it, and I am really glad that I did a full playthrough of it, and I say that I have it under my belt. But the process of actually playing it was one where it's like, oh, it's a little bit iffy. But I did love Tales of Arise. When I played that afterwards, that was a dang fine video game right there, let me tell you. That was a good one there. Your Colosseum Shiny Hunter, gotcha, so just is the rule at this point that you have to check for shinies. Is just how it works. Let me fire blast you, darn it. My Hyper Potion! Darn it. But yeah, you used to have Physical Guardian signs, but you lost that a while ago. That's big sad there. But yeah, plus now you understand how much influence Soulsborne has on modern RPGs. Yeah, so I'm definitely really glad about that. You know, there was definitely some stress to be had in Dark Souls 1 as well that could make me kind of frustrated and miserable at some points. Not as often. There was just a few niche cases. Probably the Capra Demon, Bed of Chaos. Maybe just those two. Maybe just those two situations. A little bit of wackiness in the catacombs, I think. But you know, for the most part, I actually really had a lot of fun with that game, and it was actually really addicting. Honestly, I had a good time there. I don't know, I'll just bite then in that case I keep on spamming surf. But yeah, for the most part, I actually really enjoyed that, and yeah, I could definitely see the influence there. Both Dark Souls 1 and Tales of Vesperia were really cool games to play, and be able to say that I have that experience under my belt and have spurred into me, you know, doing more of those respective series. Speaking of Mad Lad May from more than 2 years ago now. If that was it May 2020 or was it May 2021? How fast is time going by? Anyway, whatever year it was, there are still a few people that never redeemed a game. So Guzma and Mortis redeemed Tales of Vesperia and Dark Souls 1 respectively. Anma redeemed There Is No Game Wrong Dimension, which was like really great on me because, you know, it was just a short thing that you can beat in one sitting. But Shuck and Carvia never actually redeemed a game, was the case. And sometimes I tell them, you know, you can still redeem a thing if you want. Like, the offer's still on the table, even though it's years later. You can still do it if you like. It's not something I'd remind them about anytime in the near future with how busy things are around here right now, but it is a thing that I bring up from time to time, being like, you can still do it if you want. Though I don't bring it up as often anymore because I'm swamped enough as is. But yeah, I can do it. Time is no meeting since the quarantine. Yeah, honestly. Okay, I just want to give my Vibrava some experience here. That's what I want to do. Because I know that you're real close to leveling up and stuff. See if you can do this maybe. But yeah, so it's funny, the stance for game requests has changed on the channel a whole lot. You know, I mean, when I first began with content creation at all, well, not very in the beginning. When I first started out, I was just doing like Smash 4 viewer games and you know, some Dead by Daylight and stuff. But once I started doing playthroughs, so within like a few months, like half a year at the latest, sometime within that time frame, I had it be that you could redeem channel points for full playthroughs from basically anything on my game shelf. Wow. My god. Miss input! Wow, okay. Sweet, thanks for the experience. Alright, cool. That worked out pretty great. Alright, slightly sketchy sketchers here, but it's fine. Anyway, so this was before there was channel points on Twitch itself. Yep. He's so happy. You had to use other extensions, so I used like Streamlabs points or something like that. And I had different categories for the different consoles of games, and basically listed pretty much everything on my game shelf that you could request from me. Wow, why'd I lose to this punk? And the last time a game got requested through that was the first Bravely Default game, which took me a year to get through on and off. And yeah, there's a Sayers Evolving R5 Brava. I remember it was Lancer that redeemed that. And you know, I do love me some Bravely Default. It was a game that I wanted to cover on the channel eventually anyway, and it did set me up well to do Bravely Second and then Bravely Default 2, so like, hey, it worked out pretty well. But in the then, especially considering I didn't do that many playthroughs on the channel at that point, and I didn't have, you know, I sort of had the same obligation I do nowadays of like something that I start, I'll see through to the end. But considering I was mostly streaming multiplayer games, you know, I didn't have a big focus on my playthrough stuff at the time. I wasn't doing a lot of Bravely Default. Plus, the whole second half of that game is a massive slog of just doing the main 4 bosses over again for a total of 5 times is the whole second half of that story. It's such a grind, it's such a drag with them getting stronger each time. So, I do love me some Bravely Default, but man, the second half of that game is just such a slog. So, that, combined with the fact that I didn't do much in the way of playthroughs, made that game take about 1 year to get through. Nothing compared to 3 houses on the channel, but you know, still pretty darn long and longer than I typically want a playthrough to last there. So that was the last time that I had, like, anybody being able to redeem full playthroughs with channel points. Was after the last thing that got redeemed was Bravely Default, and it took me a year. And all the time I've been battling, my only losses came at the hands of Master Nascour and you. Now take this. It's your passport to terror and despair. Oh, heck yeah! I love my passport to terror and despair. If you're thinking of turning back, now's the time to do it. Go on home to mommy. So, I stopped doing those kinds of game requests. So instead, I was like, hey, when we're doing 24-hour charity streams, I should have, you know, those that donate for, you know, these good causes, be able to redeem 1-hour time slots that I don't do full playthroughs of, that I might do full playthroughs of later. So that's what spurred on things like a single session of Pokemon Ranger or 2 sessions of Pokepark, for example. Nowadays, I don't really want to do that kind of thing because I know that it would be a long time before I'd be able to get to the playthroughs proper, and I don't want anyone to stumble upon, you know, the brief parts of my series and be like, what the heck, why does it just end? You know, same reason why I, whatever, let's just run to the Colosseum over there and use the proper healing machine. Or maybe I should have gone to the, I don't know. It's the same reason why I try to see through any playthroughs that we start on this channel, even if I'm, like, really miserable and suffering with the game, which doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Just in case anyone tunes into it later. It's like, what the heck? Why does it just end? You know, I always see things through. So I don't really do that 1-hour time slot redemption thingamabob anymore for charity events, because I don't want to have like a bazillion playthroughs that have like the first 1 to 2 parts and that's it. Like, it's just super unsatisfying, is the case. And then Mad Lad May came about because it was like, hey, I have space in the game schedule. I should do something nice for the people that have been like incredibly generous around here. So I did that, and I ended up getting into 2 whole new IPs that I barely knew anything about before. So, yeah, that was pretty crazy. Remember Bravely Default 2 streams vividly? Don't think any of us could forget that for Bravely Default 2. Yeah, Bravely Default 2 was one heck of a situation. But yeah, the Bravely Default 1 playthrough, that, I'd say in terms of pain, we've already done the whole Bravely Default 2 ramble during Pokémon Colosseum. In terms of pain getting through them, I'd probably rank Bravely Default 2 at the top, then Bravely Default 1, and then Bravely 2nd. Also, Nevermore rating with a party of 2. Why is my chat still bugged? It still says $Nan total raised so far for exclamation point Nan more days to show support. Cheer and include. It's weird because my chat on OBS says first Nevermore's rating with a party of 2, but my chat over in the chat that I read says Nan, and it shows it normally in my stream manager as well. Weird. Very strange. Maybe I just need to refresh that chat or something like that. Yeah, we're having a chill stream to stream over here. How do your stream to stream go? Nevermore. Got rank up in Overwatch. Nice, nice. Going up in the world in that Overwatch too, then in that case, right? Must be, I haven't played Overwatch myself, so I'm not super familiar with it, but that's pretty cool, right? Is the case. But yeah, I assume they had a good stream then. That's good to hear that. I appreciate your rating on into here. We're doing some Pokemon Colosseum while rambling about some crazy game situations on this channel over the years. Might be faster to return to the Pokemon Center in Fennec City than the one in Pirate Town. Might well be. I can try doing that for the next time. I appreciate that. Hopefully we'll be able to do it. Hopefully it'll be great. I have no idea what the heck the final boss is gonna be. Like, I know what it would be in XD Gale of Darkness because it's on the cover of the game, but for this I straight up have no idea, and part of me is kind of looking forward to seeing what the heck it is, you know?